Hello, I'm Bailey and welcome to the brain of Bailey. I've got to think of a better intro than that, haven't I? Okay, so last episode I told you how I started watching Doctor Who, or the modern era of Doctor Who, because I'm not 50 years old. So this episode, I thought it would be great fun to tell you how I started watching classic Doctor Who. But unfortunately, I can't remember how I started watching classic Doctor Who, but I can remember it was either the Brain of Morbius or the Destiny of the Daleks that were which was my starting point. But I can't remember which is which. Well, I can remember which is which, I can't remember which one I watched first. But because I've recently watched The Brain of Morbius, I'm going to count that as my first classic Doctor Who episode that I ever watched. So I'm going to talk to you about my experiences with The Brain of Morbius, because you care so much. Okay, so the Brain of Morbius is basically a Frankenstein story set on Karn. Karn being the planet the 8th Doctor regenerated into John Hurt. Because they've got special powers in the Elixir of Life, which can aid a Time Lord in regeneration and make them live forever, which is quite a handy plot device. But it's set on Karn, where the sisterhood of Karn, a little bit crazy, because the flame's dying, and they think the Time Lords are coming to steal it, so every time a ship comes, they blow the shit out of the sky. And the Doctor lands on Karn because the Time Lords have got control of the TARDIS. So it starts off with the Doctor being a bit of a mardy arse because the Time Lords have told him what to do and he doesn't like that. So basically he meets a guy who's a little bit crazy and decides to drug them, who has a sort of like a slave that's got a hand missing because he's cut his hand off and he's using it in these experiments because he's basically Frankenstein. And basically the plot of the story is Morbius was a Time Lord that led a revolution, evil, he was killed, executed, but his brain survived, and he wants to come back, so this evil Frankenstein dude, who I can't remember his name, I'm desperately trying to find it while I'm talking to you, but I've completely lost his name. What's his name? I can't remember. Anyway, it started with an S. Basically, he has the brain of Morbius in a sort of a tank of green goo, and he is going to bring Morbius back to life. That's his brain there. That's Morbius's brain, just in case you don't know what a brain looks like. I don't think it looks like that, because that's fucking huge. But, yeah. He's got a brain in his tank, and the whole point of this is to bring Morbius back by making an artificial human and putting his brain inside. And then when the Doctor comes along, he's like, I like your head, I'm going to put Morbius's brain inside your head. I don't care if you don't want me to, that's what's happening. Whether you like it or not. That didn't go to plan, so he ended up having to put his brain in that sort of half crab, half really hairy bear, half slave man hand suit, which made Morbius kind of insane. And one of the things I thought was really interesting about the Brain of Morbius is the mind-bending competition that the Doctor has with Morbius, because Morbius is a Time Lord and sort of slightly stronger than the Doctor, and the mind-bending contest, which I think I'm right in saying hasn't been used since, was like an oval, it was like a circle thing with like these two brain things that you put your head on and you rest each other's head against it, and then you have to duel the other person with your thoughts. It's like a really clever way of fighting. It's like how two smart people fight, not with fists, with their brains, and then all their thoughts appear in like a bubble in front of them. And Morbius wins just and ends up wandering off. But it's quite a cool little device, because imagine the Master and the Doctor having a mind-dueling competition, mind-bending competition. It'd be pretty cool. And you got to see all Morbius's old regenerations and the Doctor's old regenerations, which has become quite a thing now, hasn't it, to see all the past generations. But I thought it was pretty cool, and I think it should be used again. I want Pete Capaldi and I want Missy mind-bending. Make that happen, Stephen Moffat. But yeah, I'm going to have a look at what other people actually thought of the Brain of Morbius and see if, because I really like it, but I want to see if other people actually like it. It's not just me going, oh, it's the first one I watched, so it's amazing. But in reality, it's quite shit. I don't know, let's have a look at what other people think. Okay, that's quite good. According to IMDb, it's got 8.4 out of 10. Which is quite a good score for Doctor Who, especially classic Doctor Who, because a lot of people hate it. Especially because, like, you try and move a rock and it's obviously just paper. But you have to pretend it's a rock, but it doesn't work. Let's have a look at some user reviews. Someone gave it a 10 out of 10. Someone gave it 5 out of 10. Frankenstein Unbound and badly done. One can't help thinking how organised Doctor Who fandom might have taken to the producer. Oh, okay, he doesn't like the episode. That's sad. According to Mary Whitehouse, the really trustworthy person, it contained some of the most horrific material ever seen on children's TV. I mean, it was just a brain in a jar, really. It was a brain in a jar, like a hand in a jar, but it was a brain in a jar, and then the brain in a man. That was it. It wasn't horrific material. Have you seen Noddy? That's horrific material. Okay, thank you for watching it wasn't a review of Brain of Morbius. I liked Brain of Morbius. This was just sort of an insight into how I started watching classic Doctor Who. And this, or this, but I'm going to go with this, was the doorway into classic Doctor Who. That's quite a good story as well. My classic Doctor Who collection is lacking, unbelievably so. So maybe my plan is, I want to watch every Doctor Who episode before I die. And I'm not planning on dying yet, so there's still hope. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you want to watch last episode, which was me talking about how I started watching Doctor Who from the beginning of the modern era, then go and watch that. It's only short. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you want to, and leave a like if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time. Bye. Oh, look, Baily. The Doctor Who's back on tonight. I don't know what Doctor Who is. I didn't have a phone at that point. I was only like 6, but let's just use it. I don't know what Doctor Who is, Mum. I've never heard of it. No, I think you'll really like it. I liked it as a kid, so immediately you must watch it because I liked it. Alright, see you later. I'll talk to people.